want to give this up. So much emotional investment into it. And we really felt that we could do a better job growing the business than an outside company entering in saying, "Gee, we'll do it for you in Pakistan." We understood the market. We grew in the market when a lot of others had failed. So we really did a lot of grassroots activities. We got good traction. So then what I did was I said, okay, I need more options. What do I do? Where do I get options? So I took a plane back in June back to the US. And there's a certain road called Sand Hill Road in the San Francisco Bay Area. Sand Hill Road is where all the venture capitalists sit. And I went to Sand Hill Road and I talked to 8 funds. And I told them about what we're doing in Pakistan. That's jobs, internet, yes, that works, it's a good business. Where are you operating in? Pakistan. Where's Pakistan? So Pakistan, you know, the country that's right next door to India. Oh, India! Yeah, okay, next. So basically, my presentation, there are only 2 slides on the business. It was so clear. Business is growing, cash is growing, clients are growing, users are growing, CVs are growing. It wasn't a hard sell to sell the business. All the numbers were really positive. 6 slides on Pakistan. Country risk, GDP growth, internet growth, why it's a good idea to invest, why it's a, you know. So a lot of education went. After a week of doing these meetings with the venture capitalists, of the 8, 3 said, we can't invest in Pakistan, we're nervous about Pakistan, we don't understand the market in Pakistan. Sorry, fine. 5 said, let's talk. So we talked to those 5 for another few weeks. Very soon, out of those 5, 2 more dropped out, we had 3. And we chose 2 of those 3. ePlanet Ventures and DFJ. These are funds that funded companies like Skype, Hotmail, Baidu. So we had very good investors. Everything looked good. And it looked like the business was going to take off and we were going to make history together. During the course of this time, Aapko yaad hoga 2007, what was happening in Pakistan? 2007, Constitution was suspended. Bomb blasts started to crop up everywhere you could see. And the worst 5% of the Pakistan story is told 95% of the time in the Western press. So all they were hearing, bomb blast, explosion, bomb blast. So the term sheet was signed. They said, look, things seem to be unraveling in Pakistan. We're very scared to invest now. I said, why should we still invest in your company? I said, very simple. You're hearing all the worst things. Here's my growth for the last 3 months. Every single month we have grown from all standards. So what you're saying hasn't impacted our business growth. It's not a real business risk. I said, okay, fine, no issue. Pretty soon, another few incidents started happening. December 27th, 2007, what happened? Anybody know? Benazir Bhutto assassination. Headlines worldwide. And we received another email saying that the partners are reconsidering investing. Why should we invest? In fact, this email came a little bit before that. It came very near another incident. And they said, why should we still invest? And I already gave them all the growth, so I couldn't use that story again. So I said, top 10 reasons you should still invest. And I gave them really good reasons to still invest. And number 9 on the list was, we are headquartered in Lahore, and we haven't had a single bomb blast in Lahore to date. The email मैंने भेजी अगले दिन Lahore High Court was bombed. So extremely embarrassing. But I think by that time, I think item number 8 was that, your fund is a very bold fund. It's gotten fantastic gains by investing in areas of the world where other people don't have guts to invest. And I think that really may have struck a chord with them. Okay, nahi, hum to invest karenge. We're bold. And they did. And since we raised that investment, Rosie.pk has grown 8,500% from a revenue perspective. 8,500%. And when you raise funding, it sounds, raise funding, achhi baat hai, free money. But there's a tremendous amount of trust that people put on you. When they give you money, it's their amanat. that's with you. You have to keep it safe. It's a liability on you. It's a burden. So the success is not raising the funding. The success is creating a return for the investors who give you that funding. And if you lose sight of that, I think it is one of the greatest sins you can commit as an entrepreneur. So we're very happy that we were able to grow the business 8,500%. In fact, we recently just closed another investment round for our international expansion. And my same two funds have also invested. They've invested again. And that's a good feeling because they're seeing a return on their investment and they're seeing more growth opportunities. So that's a good sign that you're doing well, not just a business perspective, but from your investors as well. So, I think what I want to really leave you with is Pakistan has so much potential. It has more potential than we realize when we sit here. And if you look at what's going on globally, where growth has slowed down, and you think of all the problems we're having in Pakistan, bijli nahi hai, leadership crisis, hazar problems there. But put that aside and look at the fundamentals of our economy. 22 million internet users, 110 million people with a mobile phone now. We have a population of 180 million people. Fundamentals are just so strong. The market is so big. And you couple this with other realities. For example, advertising. Online advertising is still less than 3% of the total advertising spend in Pakistan. $250 million in advertising, उसमें से सिर्फ 3% online जा रहा है. Whereas in developed economies it should be 10%. And a disproportionate amount of your time is online. It's not on newspapers right now. Huge arbitrage. Online advertising is growing. So much potential in Pakistan to grow and to innovate. And I think what it boils down is to your belief. It's your courage and making sure that when things are going badly, you need to be bold. Because when you think you're failing, there's a really fine line that you step over and it turns to success. So when you think you're failing, you need to be bold. And the other half of that is, when you think you're successful, you need to be humble. Because there's a really fine line between that success and failure. So that's what I'd like to leave you with. Appreciate your time, and if you have any questions, I'd be happy to speak about them. Thank you. जो चीज़ होनी है वो तो होनी है, right? But have faith in God, but tie your camel. You can call it luck, you can call it your Naseeb. I think that for businesses to be successful, above all, you need luck. Above all, you need luck. जितने भी आप अच्छे हों, जितनी भी अच्छी market हो, you need luck to be successful. You need Naseeb to be successful. But as an entrepreneur, I also feel that you have to create your own luck. And you have to create your own fate and your Naseeb. I know it sounds like ironic, but that fine line between success and failure, जो आप में अंदर है, your belief, the conviction, the perseverance you have, putting yourself in the right circumstances where the probability of success is higher, this makes all the difference. So put yourself in a position where you will be embraced by luck. Ji, please.
You told that you created Rosie.pk to hire your own staff back in 2003. Why people uploaded their CV at that time on your site, and how people can know about that site?
It's a really good question. And I think that's kind of that's a turning point. Anybody can create a website. There are about 30 job sites operating. There were about 30 at that time. Now there are about 100 job sites operating in Pakistan. You may not be aware of this. I am. I watch everyone. So, of the 100 job sites, from a technology standpoint, it's not difficult to build a job site. Yes, you can innovate. You can make the search more powerful, and we can certainly make a superior product, but that doesn't distinguish us. It's creating a marketplace. the more companies that are posting jobs with you, and the more people that are applying, the faster it will grow. Because you've created a marketplace. It's like a bazaar. If you go to a fee center, why do you go to a fee center? Because there's so many shops and options for you to buy. And why do people open up a shop in a fee center? Because there's so much traffic that you can sell. So you have to build a marketplace. Now, how did we build a marketplace? That's your question. We didn't spend any money on advertising. How many people in this room have heard of OLX? Hands up. About 30% of you have heard of OLX. It's a classified site. How much money do you think OLX has spent in advertising in Pakistan? Just Pakistan.
50 million.
No. That's a lot of dollars or rupees?
Rupees.
Rupees? Wow. That's right. It's 50 million rupees. Impressive. That's right. So they've spent about 50 million rupees in advertising, right? And a third of you have heard about them. That's a lot of money. There are very clever ways to get traction for a marketplace right now, and I'll just explain a few things we do. One of the things we did is, how can we get massive awareness so people know who we are? And one campaign that we did recently, I'll just quote that. We didn't have a budget for advertising. We didn't have money. But we want to get exposure. Oh, how do you do that? What we did was, we created a wheel cover for a rickshaw. The wheel cover was very cheap. It's a vinyl wheel cover. And we said, let's put this on all the rickshaws. Why rickshaws? Because, one, they move very slowly. So when you're driving behind it, you're like very irritated, yaar, aage chalo, but you're stuck. The only thing you can see on that rickshaw is that back tire. So I'm getting branding. So I said, I want that back tire. The other reason I wanted the back tire was because people were already aware that they could advertise on the back of a rickshaw. And rickshaw drivers were familiar that there's a value associated with letting you put your brand on the back of the rickshaw. But the tire, nobody wanted to buy your tire. I said, yeah, that's a good opportunity. The other thing was that we could create a good pitch around it. So we created these kind of reflective wheel covers. And the pitch we told the rickshaw drivers were, Raat ko, there's no light, you're going to get rear-ended. And if any of you have been in a rickshaw, or if you drive a rickshaw, I actually own a rickshaw. When you drive a rickshaw, the biggest fear is getting rear-ended because you can't see behind you. We said, put this reflective tire on the back. When light shines on it, people will see you. Safety. And then what we did was we took that scheme and we made a website, we made a competition. And we said, take a picture of a rickshaw tire of any of ours that are on the street, and we had 500 of them. We didn't pay a rickshaw driver a single penny to put up our branding on those rickshaws. Zero. And we started a competition. We said, take a picture of a rickshaw tire, upload it to this website, and every week we're going to give away 5,000 rupees. So we started to get 50, 60, 80 uploads, and we connected that with Facebook. So when you upload a picture, it goes to your Facebook account, your friends see it, a Twitter feed bhi usme jata hai. So we got a social viral growth. So of the 50, 60 pictures taken, we paid 5,000 for one, through a draw. And of that 5,000, we gave 2,500 to the person who took the picture, and we gave 2,500 to the rickshaw driver. The rickshaw driver. Now, if you know how the rickshaw business works, and I know too much about it, unfortunately, 2,500 rupees is an immense amount of savings for them. So then we took a video, and we had them tell us what they plan to do with the money. And you will get goosebumps if you hear the rickshaw driver telling you what he's going to do with that 2,500.